How's it going, everyone? Today's topic will be Zer's inventory. Let's see what we got today. He has, from what I've previewed really quickly, some really nice pieces. So, definitely want to recommend you check them out today. So, if you want to find him, I'm located here, or I'm located with Zer in the Winding Cove, up this lift here. So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna make your way through. You'll spawn over there, all the way up. You'll find this little cave over here to the right, and then you can make your way all the way through to come through the top here. Zer will be right here active. So with his inventory, I would make sure to get your first exotic here. If you already have all the exotics, you might as well roll for it anyways, as it'll give you a has a chance to give you a high stat piece. So definitely roll it, free one. Don't do the second one though. Don't do the one that does the exotic piece here. So what I'll show you is I'll do the one free one here. Did a nice piece, awesome. Don't use the one with your exotic cipher. It'll be a waste, right? You're just getting a piece of gear. Use the exotic cipher in the tower with Rahul. If you really want to use the exotic cipher for a piece of gear, use it there for a specific piece you want, right? Don't waste it here. So we do have Lord of Wolves shotgun. It's not very good. I would recommend if you don't have it, grab it. If they buff it, sweet. It does decent damage, but you run out of ammo in like 5 seconds. So not really the best pick to get. Another thing really cool is Lucky Pants here. So we have 64 stats with, which is not, I say 64 stats like it's a high thing, sorry. We have 64 stats with 29 resilience. That should be the main focus, I'm sorry. So 29 resilience. If you don't have that much resilience, or you're looking for something with really high resilience piece, it's really hard to find one in exotic piece. So definitely pick this one up. You can always add 10 stats to discipline there. If you wanted the resilience and high discipline, you have like 29, 24 stats, and that's really good for an exotic piece. Would you want one with higher stats, maybe like 69 stats? Sure. But this one is 64 with 2 spiky pieces. This one is a 69, but it's kind of spiky, but it's in mobility and strength. So for Titans, most of the time you won't really be using that much strength. Stronghold, I think, is getting reworked. It may be useful later, but again, I don't think, especially with a sword, you wouldn't be using the strength part. So I would say this piece isn't really worth it. It is high stat, but the stats aren't really what you want. But I would definitely, if you don't have it, pick it up. That way you can unlock it. You can get it from Rahul. Excuse me. Same thing with Verity's Brow. Stats are decent, but it's high mobility, and you don't want any mobility on a Warlock unless you absolutely need it. But I would just mainly say get like a separate set that's the normal pieces of legendary that have high mobility if you want to have that for maybe very rare situations, but you would never really use high mobility on a Warlock. But if you don't have them, pick them up. Definitely pick up the Lucky Pants though. I'll grab one here myself. If you don't have Lord of Wolves, pick it up. If they buff it, sweet. Catalyst makes it decent, but it's still not that great. So for the legendary weapons here, we do have the hand cannon, True Prophecy. It has overflow and explosive payload. Not bad. It has a high impact here, as it does 120 rounds per minute. So it's not a bad pick here for a hand cannon. So if you want something with a reload speed, pretty decent. So give it a go if you want to. I will say Farewell is actually probably a better pick. Subsistence and Vorpal would be a better focus here for a sidearm. So I would probably say grab this one if you're looking for a sidearm you like to use. It also looks pretty cool. It has a handling masterwork, which actually isn't that bad. Extraordinary Rendition has surplus to tap the trigger. Both of those perks aren't very good. I wouldn't recommend this submachine gun. Timeless Vertex. Lid from Gold and Disruption Break for PvP. So Disruption Break's pretty good PvP. I mean, this wouldn't be that bad. I would probably pick it up. It has a range masterwork. You have Enhanced Battery. And then let's see, increases range here, jolts. Not bad. These two are the scopes you can change for it. Probably would have won probably a different thing rather than the scopes, but it is what it is. Disruption Break, Lead for Gold, not a bad pick here. Especially it is solar. There's not very many good solar fusion ones at the moment. So if you want to grab it, definitely pick it up, add it to your vault, give it a test. Actually would work pretty well. It is an adaptive frame. So it will do more damage rather than doing a rapid fire and such. Shotgun Without Remorse is a lightweight, hip fire, fragile focus. Not really the best perks. You could put accurized rounds with smooth bore. These two are actually pretty good together. So not a bad pick. Reload masterwork. You probably want a range masterwork for a shotgun. But no, not that bad. Still decent. It's a solar one, so definitely you can pick up these two. Linear Fusion, if you don't have an arc Linear Fusion, I definitely would recommend grabbing it up because sometimes if you're running arc surges with your other weapons and you need arc fusion, right? Linear fusion, this may be one to grab. So the perks aren't the best. But Frenzy isn't bad. Compulsive Reloader can be used in certain situations. So it isn't that crazy, but I would say probably look for this linear fusion with Volt Shot, probably a little better for you. But this is actually not a bad one to get, so definitely a good one to keep if you need it for arc situations. Night Watch Scout Rifle here. We have Subsistence Multi-Kill Clip. Multi-Kill Clip isn't really that great. See, great increased damage based on the number of rapid kills. Not going to work the best really for a Scout Rifle. A Scout Rifle is more for taking out, high health targets or a distance. Wouldn't be used for like rapid killing, like a submachine gun or machine gun or something, or assault rifle or something. Subsistence isn't bad. Definitely like definitely like Subsistence. The perks aren't that great, but you do have a ranged masterwork, so decent pick. Not the best. You can probably find a better one somewhere else. And then for your Hawk Moon here, Hipfire grip isn't bad either. Texture grip isn't bad. This is a decent pick. So if you don't have a Hawk Moon, this wouldn't be that bad to grab. For Dead Man's Tail, Subsistence is decent. You're probably better getting off, because these two would both be for PvP only. You're probably better off getting a Vorpal Weapon. Vorpal Weapon would be way better than Subsistence, but as you wouldn't use this in PvE at all. You can, but it's not. You're probably better off using a different weapon, I'd recommend. Pick up your Exotic Cipher quest here with Xenology. Do your 21 tasks. Your probably best thing to do is rep out Vanguards. You get them in 5-6 minutes. They guarantee wins. Or if you're like PvP, Crucible, you can do it pretty quick also. You also can do it this season with Scorch, or not, this week with Scorched. You can play those games and win, and you'll be good. Anything in Crucible, you can also use Trials. If you like doing Trials, do Trials then if you like to. So definitely give those a go. So for the armor pieces, I'm gonna start here with the Warlock pieces. We have Mobility, really high on this piece, so it doesn't really do much for you. 66 stat, so it is a high stack, looks pretty good, but it's, the high mobility kind of makes it so it's not worth it. Again, this one's high mobility 12. Anything above 10, or anything above 10 mobility is kind of down, not really the best for Warlocks. But this one does have 20 recovery and 18 intellect, so not bad with the discipline, but you're losing all the resilience, which is what you're gonna need. So if you can make up for it in other pieces, not bad. Bond here, grab it for Transmog. This one looks nice, but it's high mobility again, so kind of puts it down. But let's see. Oh, here we go. This is the one I really want to talk about. 30 resilience. If you need a piece that has really high resilience, this ain't bad. Is it good in the other stats? Not really. But if you don't have a high resilience piece, you're trying to get that 100 resilience, I would make sure you try to focus on 100 resilience first, for majority, if not all of the classes, and then work with the other things. I would say find your two best. Find the spiky gear. Spiky gear is your best thing. So if you want resilience and discipline, then you get high resilience, high discipline, and then everything else you can kind of fill in with your mods. So this is not bad. Not a bad piece. 30 stat, 67 stat here. So it goes really well with Lucky Pants here. Both of these are actually kind of similar. This is, if you had a little more stat, if you took a little bit of stats from this, throw in Lucky Pants to be a little better, but still not bad. Not bad in either one of these. So let's check out Hunter and see what we got. Alright, so for the Hunter here, we have some 64 stat, high mobility. It isn't bad for a Hunter, it helps with the class ability. So this isn't bad, 15, 15, 15. If you don't have any high stat pieces, definitely pick it up. It's not bad at all. This would not be the one. It's too evenly balanced here. Get your Cloak for Transmog. Get your helmet here. Let's see, 15 and 16 strength. It depends on the build. Most of the time you don't really need high strength builds for the Hunter, but it can vary. But this one would be too evenly balanced, like 15, 12, 10, 16. You don't have any spiky gear. Along with your resilience here. Resilience, high strength wouldn't be the best picks. Let's see what Titan's got. Alright, Titan here. Yeah, the gauntlets, high mobility. Not really worth it for Titan. Everything else is low stat. This is even stat, wouldn't be worth it. Definitely pick up everything for Transmog, if I didn't say already. But high strength here, not bad for a helmet if you need it. The mobility is a little high, but what you'd want probably if you wanted for this piece is high strength, high resilience. Oh, wow. So this leg piece here, 30 resilience with 16 strength. For Titans, you do like strength for some of these builds. So this actually isn't bad. Like for our punch build for Arc, this actually wouldn't be a bad piece if you added, 10 strength to that. You'd be at 30, 26, depending on what your stats would be. But high resilience, if you need a piece that has a really spiky 30 resilience, that ain't bad at all. So if you don't have one that has spiky, it's also 68 stat. So it's pretty good when you masterwork and everything. It'll go up to 32 resilience. So yeah, definitely pick it up if you don't have one. See if it works with your stats, but don't forget to pick up Lucky Pants. I think this one will be a very good one to grab. And then, oh, I'm out of space on that thing, but it's okay. So definitely make sure, pick up all your exotic pieces you need. If you don't have it, if you don't have your transmog, pick it up anyways. You know, it's nice to have little options when you're customizing your gear. Don't forget the Xenology quest here if you haven't picked it up. So make sure to grab that. And then Hawkmoon might be a decent pick also. So let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree. Let me know. I always like seeing the feedback. And I appreciate all the support. And as always, I hope you have a fantastic day.